This is a fantastic opportunity for Digicel to serve the people of Fiji. We'll be working with Vodafone and the government to install e-ticketing bus transport terminals in our stores and places where Fijians are walking onto buses, so that e-commerce in this new program is successful. We're delighted to be able to help the government and the people of Fiji to make this program successful. It's something that is very, very positive from our perspective, and we're a technology company and we want to make sure that technology enhances people's lives. This is a great example of that with the e-ticket transport system, and so we're delighted actually to participate. Vodafone has been very helpful to enable us to do that, and as of today we have e-card top-up terminals in our stores, and we'll be deploying those wherever we can to make life easier for bus transport customers.
The product is about just over 2 months now, and overall it has been a great success. We did have initially few teething issues which has been ironed out, and as we speak over $23 million has been topped up on e-ticketing, and people have used the services. We are very grateful to Digicel through the Aiyaz office that they have agreed to be able to allow customers to go and top up, so that also makes it their customers will have access to that. Not only their customers, other customers who find it convenient would be able to do that. We are also looking at as to how we increase the distribution, and past few days you may have seen already that we have advertised in the papers that some of the areas in the rural areas where top-ups are not readily available, we are now asking all canteen owners who run from the village that they could earn potentially up to 14,000 or more apart from selling their products. So we are identifying them, and we have put ads so that they can register themselves in all rural areas. Up to about 1,000 canteens in the villages would be able to sell top-up, and also it will complement the existing income. On top of that, we are also now looking at all the bus stations where we would be putting up some kiosks where people would be able to go and top up. So all this will further enhance the availability of the e-ticketing top-up agents. And also at this point I also want to thank Digicel again for coming, and this is a national project, and we will work hand in hand to make sure that we continue to delight the nation and the customers.
That we are extremely delighted. The fact that Digicel and Vodafone will be working together in respect of providing services. I'd like to thank very much Digicel for agreeing to participate in what is essentially seen as a Vodafone product. And as you know that when you have in the free market system, sometimes competition can be quite rigorous and people can tend to put up walls, and in this particular case the government is happy to have facilitated the bringing down of the walls. I wouldn't say it's the Berlin Wall, but nonetheless the walls, and it's a great situation for all of us. I'd like to thank both the companies, Mike in particular and also Pradeep, and we hope that this is the way forward in respect of further collaborations between these two mobile telephone companies. As you know that we still have certain areas of Fiji that does not have any network coverage at all, whether it's Digicel or Vodafone. But of course at the same time there are certain areas that has only Digicel coverage or only Vodafone coverage. And what this will do is enhance the footprint. So there may be areas, for example, already existing stores in rural areas where there's only Digicel products or Digicel coverage, and they're only selling Digicel products. So now, of course, with this footprint, but buses still run there. So with this enhancement of the footprint, they'll be able to get top-ups in those Digicel outlets too. So it's a wonderful situation. I've had a discussion with the two CEOs too about some of the exciting initiatives that we intend to put in place in the new year, in the early new year, and how we can collaborate and indeed to get rid of the sort of black spots that we have in Fiji, and even some of the brown spots we have. And we also had some discussions regarding the advent of digital television and how the two companies also can leverage off that but we'll talk that about in the new year. But thank you very much once again, Digicel and Vodafone. And we'd like to now tell the members of the public, please, you now do not have any excuse not to use an e-ticketing card. The footprint is everywhere. And we also want to continue to enhance the services that's available to members of the public. So this will help reduce long queues. It will help members of the public have access to more outlets throughout Fiji. And of course, we urge again the bus companies to make sure that they continue to inform their customers too. The bus companies need to also have a service-orientated culture in their bus companies, giving out as much information as possible. Thank you very much, Digicel and Vodafone. Naka, thanks.
How many outlets does Digicel have where the top-ups will be available?
Immediately 18. We'll look at our entire footprint, which we are refreshing right now, and we'll obviously work with Newman's and the government and the office of Vodafone to identify outlets where we can help. But as of today, 18 of our retail flagship stores.
And these are in remote areas?
No,
the urban centres? 18
of our flagship stores are in urban centres. We will be rolling out to rural areas as soon as we can. We literally put the first terminals in on Friday.
So from today, Digicel customers can top up?
Yes, anybody can top up at a Digicel store. We will be putting tags saying e-card top up available here.
The system we have rolled out is fully capable of tap on, tap off actually. It also has zoning, and currently we do tap on actually. So we're working with all the key stakeholders on how we can possibly in the future roll this out.
Obviously, when we announced e-ticketing, we did say that's our preferred option.
Yes.
But we need to ensure that we have LTA and various other partners getting the stages right. As you know, that there's a current review of bus fares, etc. So all of that needs to be sorted out first. And also the GPS systems need to be worked out, because when you actually tap off, the system needs to know where you're actually tapping off at. There's no point, not knowing exactly. So if you know where you're tapping on, tapping off at, then the system will be able to then calculate the fare. So all of that needs to be in place, and we are hoping as soon as possible, whether it's 6 months, whether it's 1 year, but that's the preferred option. But in the meantime, we have, of course, tap on and the manual intervention that does take place.